right, we are live. Hey, Gabriel, fan star, one eye. Hey guys, yeah, the camera is set a little bit zoomed out right now, but let me see if I can adjust it. But howdy, howdy. Glad to have you guys here on a Saturday night. Darren will be joining us. I guess that it's kind of you got everything in the middle. Darren will be joining us in a little bit. He's entertaining company out front, and probably going to be, backing out. If we run long, and it gets to about 10 o'clock, he's probably going to have to go back out front because he has clan matches tonight and Gundam Battle Operation 2. So they're going to be doing something with that. And the every other weekend, I think it is, they actually do stuff in the American time zone because the game is set in Japan's time zone. So it's it's just one of those things that's kind of become part of our lives since the pandemic. So it's a thing. Oh goodness. Yeah. And yeah, and I'm noticing, howdy guys, I'm noticing the conversation and everything, and yeah, the thing with the news is unfortunately, I think too much of it has become entertainment, and it's no longer about just here's the basic facts and here's stuff that's relevant. Because yeah, there's plenty out there that's relevant. A lot of times people don't realize how relevant it is, but I don't want to hear a table full of people rattle off their opinions about it for half an hour. But that's what it's gotten to, and I think people don't even realize they don't want to be informed; they want to be entertained. There's a difference, and really, we should leave the entertainment to the other zillion channels and YouTube, things like that. But personally, I think by now YouTube has become more informative than what's on television. So here we are. Quality.
Well, time for this, yeah.
Yeah, quality viewing. So how about it? Tonight we are observing, of course, the birth of Osiris, the beginning of the days on the year. And something interesting that was not actually done on this day, at least not what I've read from it so far, but there's a document called Papyrus Salt 825. And it was translated into French. And I actually got a copy of it a couple of years ago off of Amazon France's website. And based with between the bit of knowledge that I have from taking French in high school, and then of course Google Translate, I've been kind of working on it. And what that papyrus is based on is secret rituals that were done in the House of Life in Abydos. And what's interesting is when you read the beginning of it, this is what the Egyptians would have considered classified information. It's the way they said it, it's a secret work, life is in it, death is in it. You'll turn back, so this was something they very closely guarded. But what they were, and of course, scholarship, doesn't, isn't afraid of that. But you read it, and it actually sounds kind of like what you would expect of, a scary ancient scroll from, a mummy movie or something. But there were rituals that were, that give some backstory on the myth of Osiris. And what's interesting about it is it says in there that when Ra was born at the creation of the world, the birth of Osiris was foretold to him. I don't know if it said who foretold it. I'd have to go and try to translate some more of it. From, it's funny, looking at the French and then going and looking at the Egyptian and saying, okay, does this make sense? But it's interesting because Osiris was it's not a god of death like we would, like we think of in pop culture. It was foretold that Osiris would, nourish the land and do all of these other things, but death would come into being when when he was born. So that idea, ironically, life is in it, death is in it, can also be referring to Osiris because while he is the god who actually goes to the underworld, he also embodies life and the triumph of life over death. So it's if you can think about the broader meaning to it, it's actually quite profound. So that's an ongoing project. But howdy. Oh, howdy everybody. Um, okay, yeah, you know what? And they're actually military surplus stores where you can get some of that stuff too, and there are places where you can buy that, and um, you know again, yeah, I have my opinions about preppers and stuff like that, and there's a note of bemusement to it, but we'll save that for another day. Certainly, good conversation for Discord. So, um, with that being said, and giving a little bit of historical background, let's go ahead and get started. And again, Darren will be joining us in a little while, so we'll save some cool waters just for him. So. These cool waters are upon my hands, and they purify me. This Tefnut purifies me. Hail unto you, Oyanachiru. We come unto you without falsehood and without evil. Our purity is upon our hands, purity is within our hearts. And we have cast out all evil that pertains to us. We are pure, we are pure, we are pure, we are pure. Okay, so we'll catch Darren when he comes in. Come in peace, bright eye of Horus. Come in peace. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
The eye of Horus shines like Ra in the twin horizons, and evil hides in fear of it. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
The eye of Horus destroys the enemies of Ra in all of their abodes, till none remain. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
The eye of Horus comes to the four corners of the world, to everyone who's tuning in with us now, will be joining us in the future, and who has been with us in the past. This eye of Horus comes, and we are all purified with it. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
A little light. Of course, a candle from the past year. Mofdet. She may continue to protect us. She protects Ra. Sekhmet. she may bring peace and healing to those who need it. There we go. And our first candle, the days on the year, for Osiris. Actually, I have another one for him. See if we can light it. That one gets kind of tricky, but over here on our Aku shrine. Here we go. See, this was one that I made with some granulated wax, and so it likes to surprise me sometimes. But there we go. Yeah. Yeah, and just kind of checking the comments and stuff, and I'm kind of in some same range as you guys are, but that's a good conversation for Discord or elsewhere. You arise in the Akhetis Kepri, O Ra, spreading your light upon the earth. You set in peace in the mountains of Manu as a tomb, bringing your light to Duat. Shine upon earth as you do in heaven and Duat. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who came from noon at the first time, for such is your uniqueness. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who placed Hu at your left side, for such are the words you commanded. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who placed Sia at your right side, for such is your great wisdom. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, whose Hika goes before you, for such is your ability. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who rules with Ma'at upon your brow, for such is your righteousness. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra. Hail and praise unto you, O Osir, Kentiamentu, Unnefer. Hail and praise unto you, O Yunachuru, you lords of love and lords of life. Grant us life, well-being, and health. May our eyes perceive your goodness and our hearts receive your wisdom. May you shine upon us as you traverse the sky, that we may bring to you Ma'at and cast out his fet. And may you guard us from the evil one through the dark hours of the night, your protection being before us and your strength being within us. Take these, the cool waters which are the inundation, that they may cool your hearts. Oh, you're not true. These cool waters are the eye of Horus, that your hearts may be refreshed. Milk, milk, may you taste it in your shrine. May your hearts be refreshed with it. We bring you this milk from the great flood, O Yunachuru, that you may be purified with it. We give you incense. We give you incense, great purity. This incense is the eye of Horus, and its fragrance comes to you. It cleanses you. It adorns you. It takes its place upon your hands. Oyanachuru, we give to you this eye of Horus, and its fragrance comes to you. Take this, your bread on which gods live. This bread is the eye of Horus, Oyanachuru. Lift it to your faces and be at peace with it. The gardens prosper and Hapi rejoices, overflowing with his meal. We fill the eye of Horus for you with wine, O Ra, O Osir. Drink and be pure. The doors of heaven and the doors of earth are open with libations for you within this house. May your faces be refreshed with your libations, your wine and your water. Pure, pure is Ra Horaketi, with this good myrrh that is given. Pure, pure is Osir Kentiamentiu, this good myrrh that is given. Pure, the cause of all of these gods, with this good myrrh that is given. Jehuti proclaims it. It is written in his house of sacred words. Hapi gives in abundance, thousands of offerings, all things good and pure, for Ra Haraketi, for Osir, in every place that their immortal cause dwell. Come to your body, O Ra Haraketi. Come to your body, O Osir. Come to your bodies, O Yanechuru, and come to your invocation. Come unto us, your servants, who are mindful of your feasts and your offerings. Bring your power, your hika, your honor, and your ba to these, your offerings, and partake of them. Come, O people, raise these offerings before the faces of these gods. Lift the offerings before Ra, for Osir. All life comes from them. All health comes from them. All stability comes from them. All good fortune comes from them, as it has since the first time. O Ra Horaketi, and your son, the Osir Nisu Nebkepurura. Your foes retreat from you. Horus turns himself to his eye. Turn yourselves to these, your offerings, and receive them from our hands. And from the table of the gods to the table of the blessed dead. There we go. Light this candle, and it may be the eye of Horus that lights their way into Duat. And we pour these cool waters from the table of Osiris, that their hearts may be refreshed. And for the birth of Osiris, we'll light this myrrh for our blessed dead. Orekaru ta henket ka kau abdus in the chimmerha. Kut nibet no fra webet anken no chirim. And cow and aku punibu. Ma kerenibu kerenachara. A voice offering, bread and beer, thousand of beef and fowl, incense, oils, and all good and pure things on which a god lives, for the cause of all of these blessed dead, all true of voice before the great God. And as requested, we need to include a member from Mark Duke, one of our folks on the Facebook group. He has an altar group, and there was a member there that was sick and was in the hospital, and they passed away, unfortunately. So, prayers for them. And apparently, Dr. Ruth passed away today. If for those of you who are old enough to remember who she was 96. So, a good long life and a life well lived. She was a sex therapist and kind of a pioneer in that field. You know, had talk show. There was a celebrity roast that she was involved in that was really funny. They were actually roasting somebody else, but they took turns to kind of tease her a bit, and you know, it was all in good fun. She became something of a celebrity, but she was one of the folks that brought to the modern world's attention the idea of the female orgasm, because you know, of course, it's funny in ancient times. You know, there's plenty of things that you know referred to that suggest they knew about that, but prim and proper Western society had forgotten that such a thing existed. And then you had psychologists like Dr. Ruth who kind of brought that to popular attention. And also, if you were to put it in modern parlance, she spoke out against kink shaming. So, you know, again, life well lived. So. Yeah, I know, yeah, and that's kind of my reaction too. Is like, wow, she was still alive, you know. But she just, I guess, you know, gotten older and kind of faded from the public spotlight. But you know, that sort of thing happens. But yeah, and it's funny, the friend that shared something about that, her black and white photo. You could tell it was pretty recent, but even as she was getting an advanced age, she still looked really vibrant and looked great. You know, so. But I'm always of the belief that real beauty comes from inside and shines out. So, you know, for anybody that you know feels you know insecure about their looks, and believe me, I used to be that way too. Just remember that you know it starts from inside. So. And now we come unto you, O Ra, O Osu, as Jehuti comes, our hands joined under Ma'at. Ma'at has come to be with you in every place where you are. An offering of Ma'at is made unto you, that your heart may be pleased and your cause shall live. Truly, your Aeneid has Ma'at, for they know you live in her. The Aeneid says unto you, your word is law, eternally. The Sphet is cast out by your word. Rejoicing is yours every day. Ma'at has taken her place in your shrine. And may we always act with gentility and compassion, for such is the first Ma'at. May we always offer charity and hospitality, for such is the second Ma'at. May we always respect consent and fidelity, for such is the third Ma'at. May we always avoid violence and promote wellness, for such is the fourth Ma'at. May we always speak words of truth, for such is the fifth Ma'at. May we always promote the public good, for such is the sixth Ma'at. May we always act humbly and with temperance, for such is the seventh Ma'at. May we always honor our gods, and respect others, such as the eighth Ma'at. May we uphold Ma'at like Jehuti, that we may witness Ra's perfection every day.
I was putting it together, and I remembered seeing an older lady who was surprising me because she was supposedly the author of a book called Sex for Dummies.
Was it Dr. Ruth Westheimer?
And yeah, that was her.
Mm-hmm. All right. There's lots of different things that we could read potentially for Osiris. I'm going to start with something original that is on his candle here. Hail, Osir, Lord of Duat, your feet rooted deeper than oceans, your crown reaching past the stars, your hands gentle, open as a father's, vast as your mother Nut, strong as your father Geb, loving as your sister Aset. Cool waters flow from you, green plants spring forth from you. Your grain sustains those upon the earth, your Ka sustains those in the west. Hidden are your mysteries, yet they are destined for all. All who live, they come to you. All who breathe, at last speak your name. And I have it. I love it when you figure out that you did work earlier that saves you time. This was Book of the Dead, spell 130. Another spell for making a spirit worthy on the birthday of Osiris and making a soul to live forever. Now, it's a rather long one, so I'm going to read just part of it because the idea was, it's to be set over a bark of Ra drawn in yellow ochre on a clean place. You put in ancient times, it would have been your ancestor bust or, whatever likeness of the spirit in front of you. You draw a night bark on its right side and a day bark on its left. So what are you doing at that point? You're symbolically placing them, in the circuit of Ra. There shall be offered to them in their presence bread and beer and all good things on the birthday of Osiris. If this is done for him, his soul will live forever and ever, and he will not die again. And so I'll just read a little bit from it. May the sky be opened. May the earth be opened. May the west be opened. May the east be open. May the chapel of Upper Egypt be open. The chapel of Lower Egypt be open. May the doors be opened. May the eastern portals be thrown open for Ra when he ascends from the horizon. May the doors of the night bark be open for him. May the portals of the day bark be thrown open for him. May he breathe out Shu. May he create Tefnut. May those who are in the suite serve him. May they serve me like Ra every day. This would be, for the people that this is being said on behalf of. I take the staff, I sweep the sky with it, and the sun folk give me praise as to him who stands and does not tire, which refers to Osiris. I extol Ra and what he has made. I dispel cloudiness. I see his beauty. I display the terror of him. I make his oarsman firm, and when his bark travels over the sky at dawn, I am the great one within his eye, who kneels at the head of the great bark of Khepri. I come into being, which there would be a pun at that point because that is Khepr. Come into being, and what I have said comes into being. I am this one who traverses the sky toward the west, and those who heap up air stand in joy. And they have taken the bow warp of Ra from his crew, and Ra traverses the sky happily in peace at my command. I will not be driven away. Fiery breath of your power shall not carry me off. Power of repulsion in your mouth shall not go forth against me. I will not walk in the paths of pestilence, for to fall into it is the abomination of my soul. What I detest is the flood, and it shall not attack me. I shall go aboard your bark and occupy your seat. I receive my dignity. I control the paths of Ra and the stars. I am he who drives off the destructive one who comes at the flame of your bark on the Great Plateau. I know them by their names, and they will not attack your bark, for I am in it, and I am he who prepares the offerings. Okay. Oh, goodness. Wait, Richard Simmons also passed away today? No way. Oh, and by the way, oh, hey, Sarcastic, don't worry about that. You had company. We still have company over. It's okay. It's Saturday night. Most people are, out doing their thing. We just happen to be, starting Egyptian Holy Week. So, but goodness, somebody else who, was a personality, but don't you miss the days when personalities were positive and you didn't find out some horrible secret that they had,
Yeah.
and I mean I think I remember Richard Simmons came out at some point, and it's like, dude, you're cool, it's okay, come here, at least for anybody who's decent, but well, when bread and beer and beef and fowl and as much good things as he wants to have, because he doesn't have to worry about working it off now. But thank you for giving a whole generation of people enthusiasm about exercising and staying fit. So
I didn't know that he was born in New Orleans.
Yeah, New Orleans, yeah. Well, it's funny, and I can also remember, of course, one of the big things, again, if you're of a certain age, you'd remember Sweating to the Oldies. And I had like a gym teacher that was her idea of PE. A lot of times, I guess when she didn't have a lesson plan or something, she put that in, and so we're sitting there doing all these calisthenics to Sweating to the Oldies, and so I guess when why bark when you've got a dog, right? When somebody else has done the work for you, but yeah, and Sarcastic, we were kind of talking about this a little bit earlier, and I'd said that I'm trying to avoid the news because I already know what I'm doing in November, so that's not in question, but in the meantime I don't need that much drama, so I've been trying to avoid all of that because I'll only get mad if I hear about it. So why do that to myself? Then I also got the real sense today that our man of the hour was telling me, don't do any work today. This is a holiday. Don't work. Do something fun. So I'm like, okay. And I'm going around and seeing things. I need to clean up a little bit over here. She's like, no, don't do that. So that's kind of how the day has been. So I think we should all take his advice and try to enjoy the weekend. And to that end, of course, we had our cookie yesterday, which sort of kicks off the season. And what I've been doing since I got this notebook, really, is I'll tape and kind of put in sequence everything going from the night of Yom Mosit through to New Year's Day, and put all the fortunes together and see what kind of a message they give us for the rest of the year. And so starting off with yesterday's was, you will achieve success this year. So a very positive note. And it so happened when I was setting up the cookies this afternoon, my hand unconsciously reached for this one and pulled it out. And so I think this one is our cookie for today. So that being the case, let's see what it says. Wow. Yeah, this is an interesting message. This is for everyone. It says, let your hook be always cast. In the pool where you least expect it will be fish. Let your hook be always cast. In the pool where you least expect it will be fish. So that is our wisdom, our message from Osiris for his day upon the year. And that's going to go in our notebook. And so yes, and Lord Arthur says it's party time. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, that's interesting. So Cookie from Osiris. Didn't you refer to him as Granddad at one point, which I think is pretty cute. But all right, so for sarcastic. Oh wow, sarcastic. Enthusiasm is infectious, stimulating, and attractive to others. People will love you for it. So again, enthusiasm is infectious, stimulating, and attractive to others. People will love you for it. So, yeah, that's like the one that we had gotten yesterday about enthusiasm being infectious. And so is its opposite. But yes, people will love you for it. Okay. All right, Ashley Spradley from Sekhmet. Oh yeah, and we need to read our litany to Sekhmet as well. Okay. So Ashley Spradley from Sekhmet. Share your happiness with others today, Ashley. So share your happiness with others today. I guess Sekhmet is also saying time to party. Share your happiness with others this weekend. Okay. So Kendra from Hathor. Also Spicy Phoenix. Lady Hathor. First for Kendra. Kendra, if winter comes, can spring be far behind? If winter comes, can spring be far behind? And of course, I read that and I always think of the Buddhist monk Nichiren, who had written, to so many of his lay followers. There was a famous letter that he wrote to someone about winter always turns into spring. And this was to a woman who was going through some hard times. And I think someone had died. I'd have to go back and reread on that letter again. But it was a message of encouragement. And so that's what I think of here. If winter comes, can spring be far behind? So even if times are tough right now, it will turn around. And remember the messages that we've been getting. So that was for Kendra. And then Spicy Phoenix also asking Lady Hathor for a message. Spicy Phoenix, keep in mind your most cherished dreams of the future. Keep in mind your most cherished dreams of the future. Now, put that with what we just got. Let your hook be always cast in the pool where you least expect it will be fish. And keep in mind your most cherished dreams of the future. So there's some good possibilities in store. You're just going to have to be open-minded, concentrate on what's really important to you, and don't dismiss anything because, oh, it's unlikely, it'll never happen here. You don't know. But that's a very positive message. Okay, Fane Star, I'm down for one from Oster. All right, and then for B. So Fane Star. There we are. Fane Star. Many new friends will be attracted to your friendly and charming ways. Many new friends will be attracted to your friendly and charming ways. And the other message that I'm getting is just be yourself and let that shine through. Okay, so that was Fane Star, and then B. B, if you look in the right places, you can find some good offerings. If you look in the right places, you can find some good offerings. Now, it might be for them, but it might also be for you too. But keep in mind also, let your hook always be cast because of the pool that you least expect it will have the fish. And if you look in those places, you'll find some good offerings. Okay, so Peso from Bast. And then, let's see, oh no. Okay, and Mimi asks for one for general guidance. Okay. And thank you for the Discord link. Oh, hi, Married Wipe Away. Let's see, oh, okay. Oh, you're in a new gaming group. Yeah. Well, hey, and remember, especially when you're in a new group with people that don't know you from beforehand, you're in charge of the first impression, not anybody else. You can, own it and be confident, and nobody knows anything different. So, sounds like a great opportunity. But okay, Pesa Best. We're asking Lady Vesta to offer some wisdom. Pesa. Advice comes in all forms. Some help you and some hurt you. And that is an oddly direct message there, but advice comes in all forms. Some help you and some hurt you. So you're going to be getting advice from lots of different places, and it's going to be up to you to evaluate and see, use your own best judgment and trust your own inner voice on what's really good for you and what may be well-intended, maybe not, but doesn't fit. And if it doesn't fit, then it's no crime, to say, okay, noted and put on the shelf. Advice comes in all forms. Some help you and some hurt you. Okay, and I got a hit. This is not everyone gives advice for your benefit. Some people are giving advice for theirs. So be aware of that. So, okay. Oh goodness! And please, what can I do to help the country improve relations not get very much worse? Oh goodness. All right. The best that I can say, and again, because we're trying to go for 501c3 status, and I'm working on stuff, and the things for that, I cannot make any kind of political statements because that is contrary to the intention of a religious organization. I actually observe that, unlike some others, but we're not going there. But I can say this. When I have prayed and expressed angst about these sorts of things, they always seem a lot more calm. Like they've seen much worse than this. And they see a bigger picture than we do. So, now they've also said that if something happened and any of us were forced to have to, renounce them with our mouth to protect ourselves, do so. The message that I got from, as I like to call him, my boss, said, there are enough martyrs in the world. Don't be another one. Do what you have to do in order to survive. So that's the bit that I can give. Because you can say something with your mouth if you need to, but in your heart, they know what your true beliefs are. So do what you need to do. But let's go ahead and continue with the fortunes. And we'll read our litany to Sekhmet, before we wrap up. But let's see. So Mimi asking for general guidance. And then Gabriel asking from Bastet and Sekhmet if there's anything they'd like you to do in your practice, particularly with them. So Mimi. Fun little joke you might appreciate, Mimi. I have a plastic owl that it doesn't scare birds very well, so I put it out for Halloween instead. Well, the horned owl is what spells the letter M in hieroglyphs. So I call the owl Mimi. It's kind of a pun. But Mimi, music melts all the separate parts of our bodies together. Music melts all the separate parts of our bodies together. So, time to listen to your favorite music, whatever genre it is. And let's see, Gabriel's asking for a message from Aston Sekhmet. Gabriel, mistakes are the portals of discovery. Mistakes are the portals of discovery. And so the sense I'm getting is don't worry about making mistakes. You will learn as you go along. And don't be afraid to make a mistake. And another thing that I think is important to say is don't be afraid of offending the gods by making an honest mistake. Because again, going back to the thing about they understand your heart and they know what was meant with good intentions. So they're saying don't worry about that. They know that you're learning. Mistakes are the portals of discovery. All right. Let's see. Oh. Okay. All right. And Mary White asking for one from the Jackals today. I'm actually awake. Awesome. And then Katie Horton and Kit Fox. Yeah. Oh. So let's see. So. So for Mary Whippoet from our Jackals. Mary Whippoet. If you can imagine it, you can achieve it. If you can dream it, you can become it. If you can imagine it, you can achieve it. If you can dream it, you can become it. And by the way, Married Whippoet, I know you tuned in, might have been after we had read the Cookie for Everyone. And this is, Osiris's message on his birthday. Let your hook be always cast. In the pool where you least expect it will be fish. So then pair that with yours. If you can imagine it, you can achieve it. If you can dream it, you can become it. So there's really a lot of positive things that I think they're saying here. So that's I think something to keep in mind too. If you're worried about the state of the world, and sure there are plenty of reasons, not just what humans are doing, but also what's going on in the world around us. But when we get positive messages like that, I think that's very reassuring because it means that even through difficult times, the gods will still show us a way forward. So, Katie Horton, you had asked for one from Set. So we're just going to have to kind of do this on a down low because his birthday's coming up and it's his older brother's birthday right now. So. As your fun thought for the night, Osiris knows what kind of a pain little brothers can be. Katie Horton, joy shared is doubled. Sorrow shared is halved. Joy shared is doubled. Sorrow shared is halved. So when you share your joy, other people spread it, kind of like what that other one was saying about it being infectious. But when you share your sorrow with others, then that takes the burden. So it's cut in half. So share with your friends, share with the people that you love. You'll be better for it. And so it's funny that you're getting that from Seth on his brother's birthday. So. And Kit Fox requesting a cookie. Kit Fox. All things are difficult before they are easy. All things are difficult before they are easy. So don't worry about things being difficult right now. All things are difficult before they are easy. They will become easy through time, but you got to do them first. So.
Hi, everybody.
Darren is here.
Hi there.
So, you ready for some cool waters, Darren?
I will make the sacrifice. I will need super thanks to warm my heart.
Oh. Oh, by the way, that's beautiful. Mary Rose saying, I pray on my sunset walks. You know, I don't wash my hands off water. Usually just incense and sistrum, and that's really great. That's absolutely that's right. And see what also makes sense with that too. We have a lot of hymns to the rising and to the setting sun that were recorded in tombs. So there was a whole corpus of hymns to the sun god. And there's variations, there's short versions, there's long versions. And actually, Mary Ra, there was one I wanted to send to you, to if you want to take a crack at making a melody for it. But what you're doing by, praying and things like that on a sunset walk is very much in line with what people would have done back in the day. So it's very cool that you do that. Let me cool. Yeah, and by the way, I've gotten like lots of requests. I never was saying, "Hi, Darren." Gabriel's like, "Get out the cool waters." Yeah. So
And just break out the super soaker, get it over with.
no, that's all right.
You
Okay.
first, big man.
I think for a flash of a moment, I'm actually glad the seals in my giant super soaker are dry rotted. I would not want to get involved in a war with that. Okay. All right, these cool waters are about to be upon our hands. And purify us as Tefnu purifies us. Hail unto you, Yunachidu. Come unto you without falsehood and without evil. Our purity is upon our hands. Purity is within our hearts. And we cast out all evil that pertains to us. We are pure, we are pure, we are pure, we are pure. Yes, the water's fresh. Well, I made sure I had fresh water. So.
Are you still going to make shrimp creole for us?
Well, I have the salmon, but
I suppose we need to do that, but I was kind of ready for that.
Yeah. Well, and I realize now that had I made it last night, then we'd have just had it on hand. But well, I mean, only so many hours in a day or a night. But and also because I have been getting requests for videos dealing with syncretic, Kemetic, and Hellenistic practice. I was actually doing some research and doing some writing on that last night, so I could script a video for that. And I think that's why I got told today, no more work. You should rest today, because I was technically working last night.
But she's working right now.
Well, yeah, but well, we're celebrating. So, right, guys?
Right.
Yeah. Okay, B, and what was your question there? And by the way, B says it's nice to hear your voice, Darren.
Love you too, B.
Oh, okay. And by the way, B, if you want to hear something that Married Raw did that's actually on this channel, I did a couple of years ago. I did a short thing for the OPET feast, and she sang something for us, and it was really awesome. So just scroll back through my videos and find the video for OPET, and yeah, and when I was like, yeah, bring on the super soakers. We are pure, we are pure, we are pure. My worst nightmare is that we're going to have a con and there's going to be like, you know, the hotel staff are going to complain because we've got people with super soakers doing silly stuff. But so let's not do that. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to read our litany to Sekhmet because it's the days on the air. We want to keep Sekhmet happy. But if anyone else has another request for prayers or cookies, anything that we missed, throw that up there. And we'll get those if we missed anybody. And then we'll wrap up for tonight because it's Saturday night and clan matches and things like that, right?
Well, yes, but I gotta eat something.
Yeah, well, but still. So. Hail Sekhmet, who presides over the land, lady of flourishing, generous one, Sekhmet, who protects the two lands. Come to us who are under your sway. Save us, protect us, and preserve us from the first arrow of famine. Hail Sekhmet, O curl, O hidden lady, Wajit the great. Come to us who are under your sway. Save us, protect us, and preserve us from the second arrow of drought. Hail Sekhmet, who moves in light, who terrifies the gods with her massacre. Come to us who are under your sway. Save us, protect us, and preserve us from the third arrow of war. Hail Sekhmet, who guides mankind, lady of the dual shores, mistress of humanity. Come to us who are under your sway. Save us, protect us, and preserve us from the fourth arrow of terror. Hail Sekhmet, great shining one, foremost in the mansion of flame, who terrorizes the two lands with fear. Come to us who are under your sway. Save us, protect us, and preserve us from the fifth arrow, storms. Hail Sekhmet, who loves Ma'at and hates his Fet, lady of the people. Come to us who are under your sway. Save us, protect us, and preserve us from the sixth arrow of oppression. Hail Sekhmet, Uraeus, who opens the acacia, great and sovereign one. Come to us who are under your sway. Save us, protect us, and preserve us from the seventh arrow of disease. And by the way, I do have to specify that the identities that we give these 7 arrows here is a modern innovation. It's not specified in the original litany as it's recorded in the Temple of Edfu. There may be some possibilities as to, specific ones, certain types of arrows and other demons that, were under the sway of Sekhmet and Bastet. But that gets into very obscure stuff and, it's ongoing research, but it's something that really seems to fit. I wrote this, 10 or more years ago. But especially when we started reading this during the pandemic, it started to really take on a certain relevance. So I think we, came up with something that works.
Let's say you hit the arrow on the head.
Haha, but yes, very appropriate.
Speaking of which, I would like a cookie from Sekhmet Fast Mood.
Okay. Oh,
That's 3 cookies.
oh goodness.
All at once. Just one.
And sarcastic. Is that great hymn to Osiris? Because I felt like the first part of it, it's actually in the book. And yeah, that would be a great thing. But okay, so Sarana and then Yamanu get cookies. And Mary walked away. And I got a lot of kind of tipsy, been out with family today. Well, I hope it was a good time. So Sarana. Sarana. Anything is possible with a willing heart. Anything is possible with a willing heart.
Which for us has a lot of meaning.
Mm-hmm. But also, and Darren, I'll share with you, this was our cookie from Osiris for everyone. Let your hook be always cast. In the pool where you least expect it will be fish. So we've been getting a lot of positive messages about, you can do it, but, just be aware of all the possibilities and be ready and prepared for it.
Be ready to seize your opportunity.
Yeah. Okay, Yamato, your turn. And that one just leaped out. You're the cookie today. You got.
That's the get off your butt and do something cookie.
Well, that is the the answer we're not going to tell you. Sometimes they do that. It's like, why are you asking a question that you already know the answer to, and we know you know the answer to, so we're not going to answer you.
Yeah.
Sometimes they do that. Okay, and Alex Rayner, if it's not too late, please. Absolutely, it's not too late. So sure. All right, and okay, so yeah. So Alex Rayner. There we go. Alex Rayner, it is very good karma to practice random acts of kindness. It is very good karma to practice random acts of kindness. So, hold the door open for somebody. But okay, if we've got any other, absolutely. Pop it in the discard. It's a pretty one. Okay, cool. I will, try to peek on there. If you're willing to send that to me, go ahead. I just, as Darren was alluding to, after this, I will be making some dinner. So. Yes, it's funny. My boss was saying last night you need to make some dinner for tomorrow, and I was thought, no, well, I'll just make it tomorrow during the day. The joke is on me. So it's kind of like when Darren rolls outside without his sunglasses and says he can hear him laughing. So. Hail unto you, Atum. Hail unto you, Capri. You come into being upon the primeval hill. You shine forth upon the shrine of the phoenix in Unu. You breathe out Shu and Tefnut. May the giving of these offerings endure, as the name of Atum, foremost of the great Aeneid, endures. May they endure, as the name of Shu, Lord of Upper Menset in Unu, endures. As the name of Tefnut, Mistress of Lower Menset in Unu, endures. As the name of Geb at the Earth's Ba endures. As the name of Nut in the Shrine of Shanit in Unu endures. As the name of Osir, Kentiamentiu endures. As the name of Aset in Echeru endures. As the name of Sutek in Nubet endures. As the name of Horus in Pei endures. As the name of Wajid in Dep endures. As the name of Jehuti in Kamenu endures. As the name of Ra in the Akhet endures likewise for eternity. You've come in peace, O Ra. You've come in peace, O Osir. You have come in peace, O Yunachuru. May you go forth in peace, O Ra. May you go forth in peace, O Osir, O Yunachuru. To every place your immortal cause wish to be. May you sail in joy in the Manjet bark, and rest content in the Sektet bark. And may you smile upon us, your humble servants. Okay. Oh, goodness. I'm going to try to go to bed. I've been up since yesterday evening. Had some issues. Oh, my goodness. With PTSD from people setting off fireworks during red flag fire danger. Oh, that's not a good thing because fireworks start so many fires. Goodness. Oh, man. I'm sorry you had to deal with drama from people who, had to do that. But get some sleep.
Much love.
Yeah, get some good rest. And thank you, everybody. And if you can, join us tomorrow. We'll be celebrating the birth of Horus on July 14th, a.k.a. Bastille Day. Oh, goodness, got blocked on the local page. Well, that says something about the people running the local page. But, could they talk to the local police or fire department about that, or make a report about fireworks being set off when there's a burn ban?
Yes, they're supposed to do that.
Yeah, so that's not a popularity contest. That's just the law. So yeah, there you go. So that's a good thing to do. Don't deal with the
don't talk to the people. Let the law talk to the people.
Yeah. Yeah,
that would fall under an ordinance, right?
Yeah, yeah. But in the meantime, I hope you get some rest. So thank you for joining us tonight. Be well, and we will see you tomorrow.
Take care, y'all.
Same time.
Love you, everybody.
Bye-bye. Okay. All right, guys. See you soon. Absolutely.